Evolution. Sports Talk Television live here nightly. All Bucs Report. It's the Sports Web. I'm your host, Peter Blake, giving you something to think about on tonight's show. Bring your passion, bring your excitement. Just don't bring any nonsense. At halftime, live here at the Deck Bar and Grill in Isla del Sol, your Tampa Bay Buccaneers defeating the Kansas City Chiefs 21-6 in Super Bowl 55 here live on Bucs Report on the Sports Web. I'm your host, Peter Blake, along with Mark Magano, one of our great writers here at Bucs Report. So we'll take your phone calls. I know we got the weekend, and it seems like the Kansas City offense has been out for the weekend. Credit to that Bucs defense. No chances given by the national media. All we heard about is how Patrick Mahomes and this explosive offense was supposed to overwhelm this Bucs defense. Not getting it done right now. In fact, Mahomes, 9 for 19, 67 yards, no touchdowns. The pressure has been fierce. The Bucs have done everything they have supposed to do here with shutting down a Tyreek Hill. No big-time plays here, Mark. I mean, talk about it.
Man, it's been incredible. The Bucs defense has come out on fire, and the offense took a second to get going, but once they got going, they've been going. I mean, obviously that 2-minute drive there right before half. I mean, looked great all the way around, but shout out to the defense. Anthony Nelson, a guy that's making a couple plays, that I don't know that many expected that. But, yeah, it's been exciting to watch as a Bucs fan, and what a game, what a half so far.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at Brady's statistics here. That would be Tom Brady, the greatest of all time, and don't you forget it. 15 for 19, 139 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 of those to Rob Gronkowski. Got to get out to these guys because we talked about the tight end position versus this susceptible Kansas City Chiefs defense here, especially their linebacking core. Guys, this could be 27-6 if Joe Haig catches the ball that's basically right in his face mask, or Ronald Jones, the victim of volume, kind of lunges just a little bit to get that touchdown. 21-6 Tampa Bay at halftime. What do you guys say?
Man, Rob Gronkowski, five catches on 5 targets for 2 touchdowns and 42 yards. You got Levante David with 5 tackles, but you got Devin White with 4 tackles, but 2 for loss. Team is playing overall. Everyone's stepping up. They haven't even really challenged our secondary because Patrick Mahomes has been too busy dealing with our front 7.
Yeah, well, there you go. And go ahead, Harry.
And the victim of volume is that 33 yards, needs 5 more yards to hit that over. I hope people bet it. I know Jacob Charnell took the Gronkowski with the over. I just got the text. I am really, really, really happy about that. By the way, the line in the second half, Kansas City is expected is -8. And the wife just had to give me a kiss.
She did the same thing for me, by the way. So.
And 28's the total for the second half. Bet the over, folks.
Bet the over. You're exactly right. The leading rusher is Patrick Mahomes. And you kind of said something to me, Mark, on this. It looks like he is not necessarily 100%. We talked about with the turf toe. Of course, there's a couple times that he's gotten out. But overall, the first drive, Shaq Barrett was right in his space. We saw Anthony Nelson. Bucs doing a great job staying at home, having their keys, and not giving up big plays, those explosive plays that absolutely victimized them, use that word, in the first matchup.
Absolutely, and that's something you notice right away. When Patrick Mahomes takes the ball to scramble, you can see he's looking to get out of bounds. That was kind of what we were talking about early on, is that's what we would expect to see from somebody struggling with an injury that I think has not been fully, revealed to the utmost extent that it is. It's a tough injury to play through. And like I said, he's trying to get out of bounds. And like you said, the containment has been key. They struggled, I feel like, a little bit early on. There was a little bit of times that he needed to be contained a little bit better. But even still, they'll take that over a 40-yard Tyreek Hill bomb. You don't want to give him that time in the pocket, move him off his spot. That's what you do to good quarterbacks, and that's what the defense has done so far.
And the previous 3 games here, the Bucs have scored right before halftime, 1 minute with 1 timeout. Crucial penalties by the Kansas City Chiefs defense. Couple pass interference calls there. You see Brady mixing it up with the honey badger. I mean, right now it's coming all apart for the Chiefs. I mean, they're not playing smart. Their superstar quarterback looks like he's hurt. He looks like he's been shut down. And overall, the hottest facet of this team right now has to be their defense getting after it, shutting down a Tyreek Hill, shutting down a Travis Kelce most likely, and again, not giving up those big-time explosive plays.
Absolutely. And if the game is totally different, like you said earlier, Joe Hay catches that touchdown, totally different, and already they have a 21-6 lead.
Hey, Peter. Hey,
Yes.
Peter, let's not forget, though, okay? An interception gets overturned because there was a pass interference call or a holding call away from the play. That Mike Evans pass interference call, it was good. I mean, the guy had his hand on him early. I don't know if he caused that full trip, and that ball was actually questionable as to whether it was actually catchable. So the officials have really buckled down on the Chiefs' coverage on those Bucs. But if they get that interception or we don't get that pass interference call, we're talking about a very close game with the Chiefs getting the ball in the second half. The Bucs have to lock it down and get that running game going. Otherwise, those Chiefs are going to get a chance to climb right back in this, and we don't want that at all.
I totally agree with that. But you know what? Honestly, why doesn't Ronald Jones score that touchdown? Extend, maybe jump over the pile. The game could be 28-6.
Yeah, we saw this a couple times tonight, boys. I think the refs have been kind of blind on this with Patrick Mahomes. It looks like he's not getting it out of the pocket fully. So why isn't it being called
intentional grounding?
Yeah, intentional grounding. Why is that being called in this? Because it seems like he's not getting out of the pocket. He's going backwards. Why is it getting called?
Yeah,
I don't know, but he was not outside the tackle box. He barely made a twist around. He was still on the guard position. On that first one, he throws it straight down the ground. It makes it back to the line of scrimmage, but it was grounding the entire way. I mean, so far, I think every Bucs fan out there who's watching will agree. We've gotten the calls. So you look at those officials, they're in the locker rooms themselves right now talking about those calls in the first half. They're going to want to make sure they even it out in the second half so as to not to be calling it either way. I've heard that this officiating crew likes to let them play, but they really had some good calls go the Bucs' way in that first half. If they don't continue to get those calls in the second half and Mahomes does get started, this Buccaneers team is going to have to make sure they get their engine rolling, or it's going to be a close game and not be 21-6.
It's only a 2-possession game, guys. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. That touchdown that Ronald Jones didn't get on that goal line is very significant because this is only a 2-possession game. You give them that touchdown, then Tampa Bay could probably play a little bit more controlled defense. But I don't know what to expect in the third quarter, Peter and guys, because 2 weeks ago when they played the Green Bay Packers and they were up by 11 at halftime, I kept saying, please run the football in the second half. And in the third quarter, he ended up throwing 3 picks. I'm not seeing that like that in this game, and maybe they learned their lesson from before, but they have control of this football game. They just really need to play some ball control football and give the ball to the victim of volume.
Agree, and definitely give it to playoff Lenny here. Let's go out to the phone lines. We'll get out to Joshua Cole Allen in a little bit. And the professor, what's your name? Where are you calling from? What do you think about this Bucs first half here in Super Bowl 55? Bucs up 21-6. Landon, right?
Landon. I'm looking at the Bucs game, and I love it. I love it. The defense is playing like we thought we were going to do. We're going to double Tyreek, double Kelce. I'm stuck with the Kelce is the X factor. But what we're doing to Tyreek Hill is amazing right now. So I believe we just into the bag, but I'm still scared of the Chiefs. I feel like 3 touchdowns over them. We should have been up 28-3.
Yep, should be up. You're exactly right. They should be up 27-6 with that touchdown, Landon.
We should have been up 28-3.
Yeah. Well, again, you got to play a full half of not just one half of football, 2 halves of football, full 16 minutes, because Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid and everybody's going to make those necessary adjustments. Landon, thanks a lot for the call. We'll see you on the post-game edition, all right? All right, my friend. Guys, got to speak up here. Very loud. Tim Weatherspoon says, so far, so good. Let's go. Second half. Misador, 50. Keep watching. Cabby says, let's go, boys. We are halfway there. Timothy says he's laughing about it. Alvin says, respect haters. Agree. Timothy Dahl, 21-6. Rob Morgan, feels good, Bucs Nation. The defense isn't conceding this lead. Not the way they're playing right now, guys. Not the way. Casey handing the game over to the Bucs. And guys, let's speak on this. Again, Honey Badger looks like he's completely out of it right now. Physical play, but the Chiefs getting penalized there. Looks like Jensen is kind of instigating there, but doesn't take the shot like he did early on in the season. Lets Chris Jones take it, and it leads to 15 yards. And those are the type of hitting yards and hitting penalties that people don't talk about, but they are critical penalties that extend drives.
Well, you know what? Ray alluded to it outside. When Jensen got the PI called not on him, he's always said, hey, the second guy always gets it. That was a great analogy.
It's always
what
the second
happened.
guy in, right?
Yeah. But as far as the Honey Badger, that's the wrong person to try to taunt. Are you out of your tree? You want to wake up the devil?
Well, you know, the thing about Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu, is that the back history on him was he's been a lot better as of late, especially when he went and played for Arians with the Cardinals and then last year with the Chiefs. But we know that this guy can be a wild card. You get him wound up, of course, like Harry alludes to, you could be waking a sleeping giant, but also you get in his head and you start having him play too over aggressively, that's only going to create more opportunities for the Buccaneers wide receivers in the second half as well.
All right, really quick, I want to go out to the professor. Professor, welcome to the Evolution. Your thoughts on this first half. Go. Come on, guys. Let's be muted. All right, he's muted. So we'll get him out of here. Let's go out to Joshua.
What's going on, guys? Game of pressures. I said it prior to the game. Game of pressures. Keep the pressure off Tom Brady. Give him clean pockets. That's what they've been doing. They've been getting pressure on Mahomes. He's had to scramble outside. You got to lock that down, contain him a little bit. But I love the way they're playing. The Chiefs aren't playing very disciplined football right now. And I know everyone's out there that isn't a Bucs fan saying, oh, the refs. Those are penalties. Clear as day, those are penalties. I'm loving what they're doing on offense. I'm loving what they're doing on defense. Bend, don't break. It's worked the last two games against the Saints and the Green Bay Packers. Hold them to field goals. Make them beat you with 1,000 paper cuts underneath instead of the long ball. Contain, and get after it. I'm so stoked at where they are right now. 2 more quarters of football. The weekend sucks. Let's go.
Wait, oh, you mean the weekend?
All right, so you're exactly right. Tyrann Mathieu, they get an interference, but he's clearly face guarding Mike Evans in the end zone, which sets it up. And once again, they go to Antonio Brown, a big-time impact in this game. Talk about him, Joshua Cole Allen. You've been a proponent, Leo Word, of going to pick him up, and certainly it's paid big-time dividends for this Bucs team.
Yeah, one thing I will say, enough with the end arounds, but Antonio Brown, you had the matchups on the outside with Jarius Sneed on Godwin, who's been kind of quiet. Mike Evans had some big catches, and that's going to free Antonio Brown up to do whatever. I told you guys, too, at the beginning of the season, Brady and Gronk connection is real. They have this communication about each other where they just do one little move, one little thing, head nod, whatever, shoulder shrug, and they know what each other's doing. We're seeing that pay off dividends in the Super Bowl right now. All right, Antonio Brown looking to continue to get involved with this game. They don't have answers for this offense. They just don't have answers.
I'm watching the halftime right now, and I feel like this is the Chiefs right now. They're walking around in circles trying to look for something, and they don't have any answer right now. I don't know what the hell this is.
Hey, Peter, a couple of things real quick, right? Tom Brady now has 10 touchdown pass. He had his touchdown pass to Gronkowski in the first quarter. He has 10 career touchdown Super Bowls. Gronkowski is also the first player in NFL history with one plus reception in 5 different Super Bowls. Also, another thing to look for, Tom Brady, of course, you saw earlier that he is 11-0 in playoff career when he has a first quarter touchdown pass, which he hadn't had yet ever in the Super Bowl. That was his first time getting a first quarter Super Bowl pass. And guys, I said this on Thursday night. I'm going to go back and cut it up. I'm not saying it comes to fruition, but if the game ended right now and your Buccaneers won, Rob Gronkowski has to be at or near the top. And I said this Thursday night, of all the things that Tom Brady's done in his illustrious GOAT career, one thing I would have loved to think he would think, but he would never admit to his teammates, he'd love to see his best friend, Rob Gronkowski, get fed enough to get a Super Bowl MVP. If Gronkowski stays on this rate, the way he's going in the second half, we get a few big passes and or another touchdown, he's definitely going to be in that consideration.
And, I'm talking about touchdowns, guys. You ready? Here's a really good bet for everybody that's out there. The total points for the Buccaneers to score in the second half, not combined, just for the Buccaneers, 10.5. That'd be over.
Bet the over. All right, there you go. Harry the Greek, my professional handicapper, Mr. 88%, going up to 89.90. Joshua Cole Allen, let me get you out of here. A second half for this team to continue to hold this lead. What do they got to do?
They got to continue the pressure on Patrick Mahomes. Let him try to beat you with stuff underneath. Contain Kelsey. Contain Tyreek Hill. They've been doing an outstanding job as it is. And just keep doing what you're doing on offense. The Chiefs have no answers. They're playing very undisciplined. Look for some adjustments in the second half. But guess who's making adjustments too? The Buccaneers, and they don't have to make money. Keep doing what you're doing on offense and defense, special teams, and make smart plays, disciplined plays, and there's no reason why they shouldn't bring the ship home. LFG, baby. Let's go. Fire the cannons.
All right, I will fire those cannons right there, Mr. Joshua Cole Allen. Let's get out to the web heads here. Once again, open phone lines, extended halftime edition of the Sports Web. You guys ready? 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. Yours truly, along with one of the great writers here at Bucs Report, Mr. Mark Magana. We got Tampa Bay Ray Kennedy, best of the Bay, Cup of Ray. What do you say? And, of course, Harry the Greek, of my professional handicapper, Mr. 88%, going up to 89, 90%. Now that we got the intros out of the way, let's go back out to the web ads. Feels good, Bucs Nation. The defense isn't conceding the league. Casey handing the game over to the Bucs, absolutely. Kerry says 2 quarters away from a championship. Keep the pressure on. And we've seen this before, guys. We've talked about this, Mark, with Patrick Mahomes and their postseason runs where they're down, being down to the Texans, being down to teams and stuff like that. But it seems kind of different because from the very get-go, the Bucs controlled this game.
Yeah,
very
absolutely.
get-go.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the things that I've talked about in the past with this Chiefs team, all year, there was kind of there is that idea that, hey, they come back, they play well, they score touchdowns. Patrick Mahomes never lost by more than 1 possession. But this year has been different, Peter. I mean, not even just in the Super Bowl, but overall, this year has been different for them. They've had some close, some narrow victories, some losses that they shouldn't have had. Yep. It just doesn't feel right. And then you add in, like we talked about earlier, the injury that Mahomes is struggling with from the Browns game. And so I feel like all year there's been that idea, but that idea hasn't been backed by what you see on the field from the Chiefs. And so I think although we say that a lot, I don't know if that holds true as much this year. And like you said, Peter, it does. It feels different this year.
It definitely feels different, guys. But we know that Patrick Mahomes is they're going to make adjustments. He's an explosive quarterback that can make plays. We've seen it. He seems kind of off. And I think, again, that's pressure from that defense and just changing up their looks. We saw blitzes from the corner. We saw blitzes from everywhere. And we know coming into this, Mahomes, 13 touchdowns, no interceptions versus the blitz. But the Bucs seem like they're getting enough pressure to really rattle them.
And you've seen it. That Todd Bowles and that defensive scheme they had. And, Harry, we've talked about this all night. If he's going to roll him out to the left. He's rolling out to the left. That's his least effective side. And that means he's got to try to throw from that side. I'm not saying he can't do it, but it cuts the percentages way down.
Well, we've been talking about that for 2 weeks since they made it to the Super Bowl. We knew what was going in. We've said it on every single show. Mahomes loves to go to his right. Tampa has done an extraordinary job playing contain over the top, and they're forcing him to go to his left. And when he has gone to the right, he has tried to throw it a couple balls to the backside of him, trying to throw it across his body. There's just nobody open.
He's lucky because you saw there, I think it was late in the first quarter, Jamel Dean had a beat on it. Boy, if Jamel Dean turns around just a little more, that may be to the house.
Right.
Hey, guys, just a couple more things if you don't mind me sharing real quick.
Yes, sure.
Tom Brady now has 3+ touchdown passes for the 106th time in his career, most in the NFL history. Also, Tom Brady surpassed Hall of Famer Kurt Warner and Aaron Rodgers now for the most postseasons with 1,000+ passing yards in the NFL history. Guys, as if you think there's nothing else Tom Brady can't do and continue to set records, he just continues to just drop mics every single game, and he's continuing to do so in Super Bowl 55.
And I got to give a shout out to Roberto Hernandez because he was talking about that earlier today. It wasn't so much how Brady was going to handle the rush. It was how Mahomes was going to handle Tampa's defense. And so far in the first half, Roberto was dead correct.
No, he's been handled. I mean, Mahomes has been handled. Let's just put it out there. All right, Florentina says, let's go Bucs. Tom Ferguson, we got to contain the edges and keep a spy on Mahomes. Do we agree with that? Keep a spy on Mahomes? See, I don't keep a spy on Mahomes. I don't.
They've had a spy on him. It's been either a safety or a linebacker the whole game.
While the defense is the MVP so far, oh, my God, I'm not going to say the other one, Florentina. How many flags can one guy get? No idea. Misador, I feel like Varsity Blues a 10 for 10. Okay. I'm LFG, seeing them argue and look frustrated. They don't know what hit them. Tom says MBJ saved a touchdown in the end zone there. Is that Sean Murphy Bunting he's talking about?
I would think so.
I don't know.
I'm not 100%
MBJ is.
MBJ.
Our time, absolutely. Let's see. Let's go out to Corey. KC defense hurting themselves. 12 or 13 penalties. I haven't had that many, Corey, I don't think. Can I say I told you? Johnny Dean says, there you go. Woo! All right. Let's see here. Steve, all gas, no brakes. Corey says number 32 plays. Night is over. DQ. He's not over yet. He's not done. We have not heard that he's done. Mahomes runs is the only thing is really getting us. That's really basically about it at this juncture. It really is. Roger Shue says go Bucs. The troll there finally is coming on the dark side. Hard count football. Winning some huge money on this Gronk game courtesy of Harry the Greek. Well, that's the reason why we got our professional handicapper here. He's bringing the mucho dinero. Show me the money, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have been money tonight.
Poppy.
See, Poppy, there you go.
See, Poppy.
Yeah, I don't know what you just said. Number 32 has made Brady upset. We all know when Tom Brady gets like that, that's psycho Tom. Again, open phone line, 727-255-0391 and 727-255-0391. Call with your thoughts here on the halftime show. Watching it right now, he's having a good performance here. Lots of red and black, so our defense is lit. Chris says, you don't jump into the GOAT's face. You don't. Jason says, number 32 pissed off Brady. Let's see. Pocket pool. Hope that wasn't the kiss of death there. Greek, go. Gronkowski. Gronk earned his touchdowns blocking outstanding. Let's go back to that because, Ray, I know that you love to talk about this. They went jumbo package a couple of times there. Hank should have had the touchdown. He had it right in his face mask. And then they brought in Vea, and it certainly looks like, hi, how you doing, Amanda Gonzalez? They had Ronald Jones there, and it seemed like, give credit to where credit is due, the Kansas City Chiefs defense shut them down, but you almost feel like, love it, Jones, if he would have lunged just a little bit more, the victim of volume would have had a touchdown, right?
Well, first of all, the offensive lineman makes a classic lineman mistake is he puts his hands up way too early, so the defensive back knows it's coming in, so that when it does go against his face mask and he tries to secure the ball, the DB gets in there and makes a great play.
Well, he tried to catch it with his mask.
Well, and he puts his hands up 35 seconds early, so the DB's literally running at him because he knows he's getting the ball. And second of all, when they do go full jumbo package, if they do hand that ball, as I predicted this week, if they do put that ball in Vita Vea's hands and let him be the running back that he is inside a big defensive lineman's body of his, he may have been able to push that pile in and score. Instead, Rojo tries to get it to the right side, and give credit to the Kansas City defense there. They just kept coming in, and they didn't allow an inch. It was actually a good play on their part. He couldn't have dove over or dove in because they were pushing. Hey, even a blind squirrel is going to get it.
Now, tell me the truth, Peter. When they went in the jumbo package, who did you think of?
I thought of Ray Kennedy. I thought he was going to say it. So say it like you say it. Say it with some passion. Come strong to the mic, Tampa Bay, Ray Kennedy, please.
Jumbo package.
Do it again.
Jumbo package.
Well, you know what? I'm about ready to mute you because, in fact, I'm just going to do this right there. How about that? All right, so in case you don't know, at halftime, your Tampa Bay Buccaneers are defeating the Kansas City Chiefs 21-6. Your thoughts, guys? I hear this right now. I hear crickets. I don't know.
There ain't crickets out here, Peter. I don't know what you're listening to. Well, these fans are riled up.
They're riled up, but not on the phone lines. I want to hear more phone calls. We give you an opportunity to call up on the halftime show, and you guys don't call up. I don't understand it. Whatever. All right. I can't figure you guys out, but we'll see here on the post-game edition. Mike is too fast for him. Roger Shue, fat finger troll, refs giving it to the Bucs. That's what I think about you. John says Bucs are rocking this game. Nathan says keep pounding, go Bucs. Let's go out to Tom. I should have listened to the freaking Greek. Well, we keep on telling you. All right, let's go out to the phone lines. Welcome to the Evolution. You're on with yours truly, Mark Magana, Harry the Greek, and, of course, Tampa Bay, Ray Kennedy. What's your name? Where are you calling from? I can't hear you. You got to speak up just a tad.
said, Lorenzo from Jacksonville.
What's up,
Lorenzo?
Lorenzo? How you feeling about this? Your
Hey,
Tampa Bay
man.
Buccaneers being up 21-6.
Hey, I love it. I love it. We just got to keep Mahomes in the pocket, and we got to put Jones on the bench and let Ronald Fournette run the clock out.
Now, I don't know about that.
Okay.
I still think Jones gives
Yeah.
you the best opportunity, but I get what people are saying, and even Rick
But he
Hughes
should have went over the top.
should have.
I agree.
So you got to go hard.
Well,
Or go home.
I definitely think you go hard or go home. Absolutely. So you happy about this performance so far by your Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
Oh, yeah, I'm loving it.
Okay.
I'm glad this defense stepping up and shutting out the number one offense.
Okay. All right. Let me go ahead and fire those cannons for you. Let's get out to the phone lines. Welcome to the Evolution. You're on with yours truly, Mark Magana, Tampa Bay Ray Kennedy here at the Greek. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
It's Cole from Lakeland.
All right, man. Come strong to the mic. Bucs are winning 21-6. Come on. Pump it up here. Come on.
Listen here, man. I think my favorite player from Kansas City is their punter. All right? I love this dude. This dude, the check is in the mail, my friend.
Yeah.
He's awesome. He gets the MVP in the first half. Forget Gronk. It's the Kansas City Punters. Thank you very much. I'm out.
All right, man. Good stuff. Let me
Hey.
go ahead and fire those cannons. He went all Jim Rome on me. Go ahead.
Peter, don't forget, Harry the Greek said before in the pregame show, the over-under was one punt. One punt for the Kansas City punter, and he's already had two in the first half.
Yeah, and love is in the air right now. As
Love
Harry
is
the
in
Greek
the air.
Everywhere I look around.
Hand check.
has
I got mine right here.
Will you shut up and be quiet? His lucky charm is with him. Jamie, thanks a lot for joining us here on the Evolution. Let me get your thoughts on this game so far. What do you say here?
That's for you, Jamie. What do you say?
Jamie,
What?
What do you say?
One more time.
What do you see so
what do
far in the
you
first
say
half?
about this Tampa Bay Buccaneers team being up 21-6?
Another Miller Lite.
They need to run more.
Yeah.
They
Okay.
run more, and they need to be careful on the penalties because they're getting a little careless.
And wait, I got one for you, Pete. Hold on, stay with me. Jamie, play along with me. You ready?
Sure.
There's a flag.
On the field.
No, you're supposed to say where. Hey, Jamie.
Hang
there's-
on. She's going to get another Miller
No,
Lite.
she's got. Let's try it again. Let's try it again.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot, Jamie. Appreciate it here. I think we're about to start the third quarter, so we probably should get off here. But final thoughts here, guys, on the Bucs to secure this Super Bowl victory. Go.
I love that Ryan Suckups put every extra point straight down the middle. No, I'm not cursing him. I'm still sticking by my original prediction from Thursday. I think there's a good chance at this point Gronkowski is going to be one of your top three considerations for MVP of Super Bowl 55. Let's just wait and see how it goes.
Well, we'll see. I think it's
agree
still
with that, guys, because
Yep.
Gronkowski is actually having a phenomenal game. If he caught another touchdown, it's going to be a toss-up who's going to be the MVP, whether it would be Brady and or Gronkowski. What do you think, Jim?
I think Gronkowski's playing a great game, and he just needs to keep his head down and just go for what he gives you. Do not try to overplay.
I don't think he
Nice.
needs a Miller Lite.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate you here again. Brady, 16 for 20, 140 yards, 3 touchdowns. I tell you what, we'll get back to it. Let's get out of here. Enjoy the second half of your game here on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television. Bucs up 21-6, Super Bowl 55. We're out of here. We'll see you on the post-game edition of the Evolution of Sports Talk Television, brought to you by Advanced Auto Parts on Bucs Report. See you later. Will you shut up and be quiet?